don't know me, I'm Shana Cohen. I'm one of the productivity coaches. I'm out of the Tenafly office, but I work with both Tenafly, Ridgewood, and then I also help cover Rutherford, and sometimes if Patty needs help up in the Woodcliff Lake. We're going to keep this somewhat short today because I'm on spring break with my kids. So I'm sitting in my car right now while my family's having lunch, and I'm starving. So I'm going to keep this somewhat to about 30 minutes today and try and answer all of your questions. We're going to go around really fast. And if you can just let me know how long you've had your license and where you are in your process, I will kind of call on you and then you can just unmute. So Daniel, can we start with you?
Hey, yeah, nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm almost a month in. I was a bit overwhelmed with everything that Keller Williams threw at me. I was also potentially still going to be joining with a team with a mentor. So I was thinking that she was going to kind of, take the reins a little bit. So I'm a bit behind. Half of my contacts are entered in Command. I'm just finishing up my business cards today due to some technical difficulties. I won't give you all the excuses. Let's see. Website is going to be up and running soon. Most of the marketing is done.
Okay.
And so now I can hopefully concentrate on the actual generating money part. So
okay, good.
I was just kind of setting the table first before I did all that.
Awesome. Okay. Rita.
Hello.
Hi.
So I'm about 2 weeks, I think. So I'm really just trying to get acclimated. I've been messing around with Command, started putting a couple things in there. And then this is the first day that I actually got on the trainings and stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out, where to start and like what direction to go in, I guess.
All right, no problem. All right, Kristen, I know we've met a couple times, but you just want to introduce yourself to the group.
Sure. So I got my license in November. I joined Keller Williams beginning of February. The stage I'm at right now is marketing, and I have my first shelf pieces mailing out for April in the next day or so. And then actually turn of events this weekend, got connected with an agent out of Ridgewood through Bergen County Partners Facebook, and she does listings and stuff in my town. So she needed some help. So I'm showing a house for her tonight. And then she also has a listing coming up within walking distance from my house in the next couple of weeks. So asked if I wanted to assist with the open house. So hopefully
Awesome.
The door is starting to open. And especially in the area that I'm most familiar with. So hopefully we keep trending that way.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Okay. And then there's, let me just, okay. There's one other person who's just on their iPhone, but don't know who you are. So if you want to unmute and introduce yourself, we'd love to know who that is, mystery person. No? Okay. Okay. So the three of you are, it sounds like we have somebody 2 weeks, someone a month, and Kristen, you've been in it for about 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all are really at the beginning stages of getting started. And for Daniel and Rita, this is right now, this is the foundation, right? You can't build a business if you don't have a solid foundation, because what will happen is if you start taking on clients, you start getting busy and you don't have your foundational piece stable, then you're going to crumble and you're going to kind of lose sight and get all crazy. So my biggest suggestions right now are to really take as many of the classes that you can. I know it's a lot and it can be overwhelming, but the more that you listen to everything and the more that you participate, the more you're going to take in. And, you know, you can focus on maybe 1 or 2 things a week. You know, maybe this week you're focusing on dot loop and only focus on dot loop. And next week you're focusing on command and only focus on command. But at the same time, you should still be, you know, picking up the phone, calling your sphere, calling those people that you know, and making sure that they know that you now have your real estate license and that you are actively working in real estate. Because even though, you know, you might not have any other clients, you still are actively working, right? Even though you're putting your databases together and you're training and you're doing all this stuff, you are, you're working. Okay, we somebody new that just popped in.
Can you hear me?
Yes, hi Amal, how are you? Oh wait, now you're muted.
Sorry.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, how are you? So Amal, if you can just tell us how long you've had your license and just a quick little 30-second intro for yourself.
Okay, I got my license in, I started, I guess in February, beginning of February. And a little bit about myself. I am Egyptian American. My work background mostly in Egypt and some in the States, in different sales and some marketing and some stuff like that. And yeah, I joined the real estate because I believe in opportunity in real estate as investment and as a potential career. It is definitely very challenging. Needs a lot of work. Super challenging, like most of businesses. But it's good potential for sure.
Okay. All right. Yes, there's a lot of potential here and a lot of potential for you to do this for yourself if you're not necessarily looking to build, you know, become like a buyer and seller's agent, if you're looking to build your own portfolio. So what I was just telling everyone is, you know, right now, I'm sitting in my car because I'm on spring break with my kids. So we're going to kind of keep this to about 30 minutes today. I want to answer any questions that you all have and address any concerns or issues that anyone's having. But really what you guys all need to be working on right now, the market is, I'm seeing it starting to open up. I'm seeing that for clients of mine that I haven't had anything to show them for, weeks. I'm all of a sudden finding that I have 3 or 4 homes to show them each weekend. And I'm starting to see things happening. The market's starting to open up. With the nicer weather comes more opportunities. People don't necessarily want to move in the wintertime, so they all wait for the spring and summer to move, obviously, but also because we're in Bergen County and most of our environment, the movement is very cyclical with the school systems. We don't really see people moving until the kids are out of school and it's a little bit easier for them to start packing up a house and moving, especially if they don't want to pull their kids out of one school and have to then put them into another one. So I think that right now your opportunities are, shadowing other agents to host open houses. You guys should be trying to get yourselves in the door, hooking up with other more senior agents to see in your areas, see who does a lot of business in the towns that you're focusing in and see if they'll allow you to maybe shadow them or sit at open houses for them. I've had a couple of agents sit for open houses for me in Fairlawn and Woodridge and a couple other towns that I just so happen to get listings in. And with that, you'll be able to start interacting with clients and hopefully pick up a couple of leads. And then once you start picking up leads, then nurturing them and hopefully getting them to buy something. So do any of you have any specific questions that you want answered? or that you want to talk about?
I guess I will go. So I am in, I just started in April. This is my second month, and I feel like there are a lot I need to learn still. I'm not in Ignite yet, the scripts, the
Okay.
presentations, all this kind of thing. Also, this is there are a lot of things for protection that I need also to learn. You know, I did not know that I need to create LLC, so to protect, you know, for the real estate thing, just in case, you know.
You mean to
I
purchase when you're purchasing properties for yourself to have an LLC?
No, for just as an agent, like, because this is like like a business, you know. Usually you create LLC, so to be, if anything happened, the omission and the insurance does not protect everything. So I heard that from Halbens on one of his videos, like, I guess this is important. So the open houses and these things, this is my second month, and I feel like I still need to learn a lot. Before, like, really going and get involved in something I'm not fully aware of.
Right. Okay. Well, I wouldn't let not having an LLC stop you from continuing your momentum. You know, don't let that stop you. I'll let you know, I don't have an LLC. I don't, because when I spoke with my tax accountant, he told me that it wasn't worth me opening one up. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right answer or wrong answer. Just for me, it didn't mean, you know, his suggestion was I didn't need it. So I never opened one. When you're buying investment properties, though, that's when you're going to want an LLC. You're going to want to keep that separate from, you know, from your personal dealings. But, you know, a lot of my investor clients, they open up separate LLCs for each property, and they typically do that during the purchase process. So they'll put maybe their name on the contract, and then halfway through, the contract name gets changed into the LLC that was just formed. So usually if they're buying 823 Main Street, and they put it, you know, they put their name on the contract when they're making the offer and it gets accepted, then halfway through the contract, the attorney then starts the LLC paperwork and then flips it to 823 Main Street LLC. So I wouldn't let that stop you from keeping yourself moving and working on everything else. So don't let that scare you off. Yes, there is a ton of education that Keller Williams offers everybody, right? And we give that to everybody so that you feel like you are ready to go out and sell homes and know what you're doing during the process. But I will tell you that you do not have to go through all of the training in order to write a contract. You do not have to go through all the training to show buyers homes. We offer all of these things so that you're prepared when those things happen. But if for some reason you get a buyer, you have somebody that says, I want to sell my house, or I want to see properties, you also have a lot of support behind you, where if you had to write a contract up, you give somebody a call and you say, I need help writing a contract. Somebody's going to help you, or we're going to point you in the right direction to how to write a contract. So I really don't want anything getting in the way of you doing business for any of you. There's no reason. Just, you know, you don't have your business cards, garbage. Your website's not set up, forget it. You haven't done Ignite. They're all excuses. This business moves extremely quickly, and there are a million excuses and a million reasons why we don't jump on opportunity. So we want to make sure that you're not stalling because of something, because you don't feel like you're ready yet. You know, and sometimes that's a legitimate excuse, but really there's plenty of support to make sure that you're successful. So I hope that helps you a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shana, this is Lisa. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Okay, great. So yeah, so just to like piggyback on what you were saying, I'm new. Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself earlier. My name is
Okay.
Lisa. I got my license on March 10th, and I have a mentor, and she's fantastic. And she was gracious enough to take me out with her for 2 different client calls, and we spent the whole Sunday together. And it was really nice, and I learned a lot. I'm also a salesperson already, so not in real estate, but in another area of work. So I'm used to meeting people, and it's comfortable to me. So yeah, the same thing. Like I'm working on getting all of those, steps done. And I already completed like my orientation for MLS and all of that, and I'm getting through that. And my website just got set up, but I still have to do everything else. But in the meantime, like you said, I'm just trying to connect with people. I have a friend that's also a senior agent, and we just drove around on a day that I had off and just knocked on doors to see how people were doing and just introducing ourselves. And I didn't have any business cards or anything, but she had hers with her, and then we just introduced ourselves. It opened up a conversation, and then it was all different experiences, and it was great. It was just exciting just to get out there and do that.
That's awesome. Good for you. I love that you just jumped right. Yeah, and that's it. It's like just jumping right in with both feet is, it's kind of like you just got to swim, right?
Right.
Nobody's going to think. Everybody's going to make sure that everybody's floating. And
I said, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? If you don't knock on the door, it's no. If you knock on the door, it's maybe or possibly yes.
Right. Yeah. There's no wrong way of lead generating. Right. I don't knock. I don't make calls, and I don't typically knock on doors. That's just me. All of my business comes from referrals, and from grassroots ways of generating.
But until like a website, like it's set up, and until people know who you are, I guess like I felt like that was the best way for me to like introduce myself.
Right. So what everybody's doing right now is what everybody should be doing right now is getting your contacts into Command, setting up social media posts to make sure that that everyone that knows that you are now a licensed realtor. Everyone because every time you post something on Facebook or on Instagram or wherever, you're touching a potential client, right? And the more you are yourself out there, and the more you are, the more you're generating content, those people are you're going to be on top of mind, and people are going to think about you when they're looking to buy or sell a home. They're going to say, oh, right, Amanda, she's got her real estate license. I need my mom needs to downsize, and we're getting ready to sell her house. And she'll call you, and you'll then, hopefully get that listing, and then hopefully even, the buy side. So the more that you're putting yourself out there, the more exposure you're giving yourself. So, when you're hearing all these things about, the touches and the touch campaigns and the smart campaigns, all of those things are part of your lead generating, right? Because you may not be making a physical connection or, a verbal connection with them, but you're making a connection through something that they're seeing. The other thing that you guys should be doing is practicing on the people you know. So when you're picking up the phone to call people, whether it's your sister, your brother-in-law, your cousin's sister's husband, whoever it is that's in your phone, and your phone is your database is in that phone, right? But all your contacts, that's the database you all are starting with. Those are the people that are going to most likely give you the most grace and are going to be the most lenient, I guess is the right word, when you don't know an answer, right? Because they all know you're just starting out, you're just getting your feet wet. And if you don't know an answer to a question that they might have, and you say, I don't know, but I'll get right back to you, they're going to, they'll be a little bit more comfortable for you to practice on. So you should be picking up the phone, and whether you're calling just to say, hey, I got my real estate license, or say, hey, how are you? How's the family doing? How are you guys doing with COVID? And just start a very natural conversation, and then work into that you have your license. I will tell you 9 out of 10 times that conversation is going to just go on, super speed, because everybody wants to know what's happening with the real estate market right now. Everybody wants to know what their homes are worth. Everybody wants to know how quickly things are selling. And if you can then parlay that conversation into becoming that expert for them and having data and information and, knowing what's going on in their neighborhood, you're going to automatically become an expert to them. And next time that they're ready to take that, either that next conversation, or they have a friend or a neighbor or someone they know that's going to be looking, that needs an agent, hopefully you'll stay on top of mind for them and they'll recommend you. Does anybody have anything else that they want to address today? Amanda, I know you just jumped in, and Gloria, you guys just got on the call. Do you want to just introduce yourselves really quickly? Amanda, you want to go first?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, so my name's Amanda Rodriguez. I actually been with KW Parkview since March of last year, and then
Okay.
COVID happened.
Right.
I've actually had my license for 15 years now.
Oh.
It's actually been in referral status for 10 years. So I'm just kind of jumping back in the game. Last year I did have a baby premature, so I kind of took some time off. I just got my license, then COVID happened, then I had my son premature, and it kind of just, I was just focused on my son.
Right.
So I'm kind of just back in the game. It's a new year. I want to just focus on my goals and hopefully rock out.
Welcome back. That's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think it was Gloria that also jumped on. Can you unmute yourself and just introduce really fast?
Hi, my name is Gloria. I got my license back in November. I'm actually I'm a school teacher. Going to be transitioning into real estate as I'm finishing my 23rd year of teaching.
Nice.
I figured it was time to make a change and get into something new. Occupy my time. I'm 45, so I'm too young to retire. So I got a lifetime of real estate ahead of me.
Absolutely. Okay. So, I know a couple of you joined on a little late, but just so you know, I'm trying to keep this right now to about a 30-minute session. I'm on spring break with my kids, so I'm sitting in my car while my family's having lunch, and I gotta jump off. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing this week. Everybody has a plan. Everybody knows that they're working on command. You're jumping into the classes as they are happening that are, that you can handle. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much training, right? Take as much as you can, and then you need to also have the time to implement those things. So if you are dual career, make sure that you're taking the courses that you can handle and then going out and implementing the things that you're learning. If you're jumping into this full time, then I would say time block, make sure that you're doing your courses when they're given, doing your coaching when they're given, and then actually taking what you're learning and going out and applying it, right? Because if you're learning about how to put together smart plans, are you actually then taking the time to put them together and start sending them out? Making sure that your database is that you're entering people into your database. Every week, you should have a goal of how many people you want to add to your database. That means, how many people am I going to talk to and have meaningful real estate conversations with that I can then go ahead and add into my database? Whether it's realtors, painters, buyers, sellers, anybody that you have a meaningful real estate conversation with should be going into your database. And before you know it, you're going to have hundreds of people in that database, and hundreds of people that you're going to now have connections to. Don't overlook, if you have a LinkedIn account, don't overlook your Facebook or your Instagram. If you're on TikTok, any of the social media platforms, don't overlook those contacts, because they are all contacts. They should all be going into your into command. Does anybody have any other questions that they want to
Yeah,
touch
I
on?
do, because I'm sorry, I do. I literally signed probably the other day. So that was kind of one of my things, like, okay, I signed my contract to mentor. Now what? Like, I don't know what to do.
Okay, so Amanda, we need to get you, if you can send Mary Beth an email. Have you met Mary Beth yet?
I saw her on another call
Okay.
talking about the mentorship program, but that's it.
So Mary Beth is our director of productivity. She's our head coach. She and I will help get you on a curriculum. So that you need to be checking. You should be getting emails at this point with all of the training and all the training and coaching. So like you need to come to this class. So you saw that somewhere, or she let you know, that you should be here. So we need to make sure that you're all.
I got a text for this link.
So we need to make sure that you also are seeing the classes and the calendar. And are you on the KW BCP Facebook page and also the coaching page?
Yes, I added myself to that.
Great. So on there as well, every day, I think it's every day, she's also posting the coaching calendar. And then you should be getting set up in the system. So you're going to start to get emails coming directly from the office with everything. Okay. And then, sorry, I'm getting a call. So you're going to want to get on a schedule so that you can start joining in all the classes. As a brand new fresh agent, especially one with Keller, I highly recommend taking Ignite with Hal Benz. Ignite is a course that goes through getting yourself started, where to start all the way through. Once you get out of Ignite, you should feel like you're well on your way. And then all of these additional coaching sessions are to, I'm still a producing agent. So I'm got kind of like boots on the ground. I can tell you what's going on in the market. I can tell you what's happening within my business, what I'm doing to generate leads and business. And then some of the other coaches really dive deep into KW culture, KW systems, and putting together, all the things that we do on the back end. Okay. I think there was somebody else who was trying to jump in.
I'll bother somebody else with it. This isn't necessarily for this topic, so thank you anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, well, you've got 1 minute. How about that? All right, till 2:30. Someone had asked me about rentals, and it's in another city that I'm not familiar with. I mean, is that something I could use as a referral? Could I contact a KW agent in that city? And
what
is that something agents entertain? Put it that way.
Say that again.
Is that something agents entertain, or is it too below them?
No, absolutely. Where's the rental, or where did
Like
these people want rental?
Bloomfield area, possibly.
Okay. So there's two things. I would say Bloomfield is still within our wheelhouse, right? Essex County is right over the border. Now, as a newer agent, you may not have access to Garden State MLS, but you may not know the town well enough to feel comfortable doing the rental. What I would say to you is, if you don't want to do it, you can take a referral fee, and you all should be making sure that every single person that you're talking to also knows that you have connections in every city across the world, because referrals are an awesome way. It's basically found money.
Right.
When you refer out a client, it's a 25% referral fee, and all you're doing is making an introduction. That's
right.
it. You're making an introduction to somebody, whether it's a $1,500 rental or it's a $2 million listing. Like, I mean, it's found money. So sometimes on rentals, it's because, if it's a $1,500 rental and the buyer's agent or the renter's agent is only making, $600, sometimes it's like the nice thing to do is to just say, here, I want to build a relationship with you, but you don't have to. You can certainly take the referral fee on it. rentals are great for people because it's quick money, right? You take these, as long as you can find something for them quickly and they're well qualified, it shouldn't take too long to get a rental client into something.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you want to refer it out or not. But if you're willing to drive down to Bloomfield, it's a great town.
Yeah,
Great
it's a
area.
great town.
You
So
just need to have access to the MLS.
Okay, yeah. And otherwise, I would call like a Montclair office and just talk to somebody over there.
You have plenty of, you can, but we have plenty, and I can actually give you a couple names, but there are also plenty of agents within Bergen County partners that service that area.
Okay.
So if you're on the Facebook page, you can say, hey, would anybody want a rental client in Bloomfield? I would also say, would anybody like a rental client in Bloomfield, and can I tag along?
Right. I would. Yeah.
So, and say, instead of a referral fee, would you mind if I, shadow you or tag along or, whatever?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Shannon.
Anybody else? I see we've got some more people that joined in. But if nobody else has anything to add, then I hope you all can go out and enjoy this gorgeous day, because it's stunning outside. There's not a cloud in the sky and it's like 65 degrees. We are all here for you guys to answer any questions, but little homework for you guys: keep adding to your database. Even if you're just adding 5 contacts a day, do what you can, just do what you're capable of doing. Don't overwhelm yourself. But add at least 5 contacts a day if you can, until you're out of contacts to add, and start some smart plans and start posting on social media. You should be making a post. I like to post something every other day. If not every other day, then at least, once or twice a week. And that's, for me, that's new listings, it's open houses, it's, market statistics, it's anything that has to do with real estate. It's, I was at the Container Store a couple weeks ago and I took a video of, really cool storage solutions that I found. You want to become the housing expert. So however you want to do that, do it. It can be, you can be as creative as you want to be in this industry. And the more creative you are, the more people are going to remember you for it. Right? You don't want to just be like every other realtor. So come up with something that reflects your personality, reflects your style, reflects the way that you want to do business, and put it out there for everyone to see, so that you're constantly connecting with them. Even though you might not be having a physical conversation, they're still connecting with you some way, somehow online. And then pick up the phone and start calling 1 or 2 people a day and having those meaningful conversations. Whether it's, hey, just want to let you know I got my real estate license, or hey, just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, we haven't spoken in a while, or however it is that you want to flow that conversation. You all are getting in at a really exciting time. It's so busy right now, I can't even keep my head on straight. So there are plenty of clients out there to be had. There is enough business out there right now for everybody. You just have to go out there and find it. And I bet you within the people that there is at least one person, that is looking to buy, sell, or rent. Or they might know somebody that's looking to buy, sell, or rent. So you just have to find them. Amal, I know you're looking to invest. It's hard right now to invest. There aren't a lot of great deals out there, but use this time to lay your foundation and lay your footwork, and the deals will come. It might take a little bit longer.
Okay. Is there like a private mentorship in Keller Williams?
Private mentorship, you meaning with with one agent?
With like to work with one-on-one with some, like if there is one of the successful agents or brokers or whatever who give time to new agent, like one-on-one kind of mentorship.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Through the coaching program, we can definitely talk about that. There is mentorship opportunities. So once you get your feet wet and as you start like making moves, then yes, we have opportunities for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so keep in touch with me and Mary Beth, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, we can definitely set that up for you.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
you're welcome. All right, guys, my husband's texting me that he needs help with the kids, so I've got to run. If anybody wants, I'm going to give you my phone number and my email address. And if you have any questions or if you need me, you can reach out. My cell is 201-912-5683, 201-912-5683. And my email is pretty easy, Shana Cohen @KW. So it's SHANA COHEN @KW. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on the Instagram. You can find me on the TikTok. You can find me on all the things. And if you guys have any specific questions or you want, to chat a little bit more, just reach out. And I will be popping in and out of all the coaching sessions. Mary Beth is your main, I believe Mary Beth is the main coach for this group. But I sometimes or Patty or some of the other coaches may fill in as needed. And then as you guys move up, I believe you guys are all group 1. There's a group 2 and a group 3. And as you continue each stage, each group gets a little bit more intense, and we help you with more specific things. But right now we're building your foundation, which is your database, and getting you started. So if you guys have any other questions, reach out, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everybody for showing up, and we'll see you guys at the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.